Welcome back to the Marius Cinematic Universe. I'm Marius and this is my cinematic universe. And today we're talking about the tale of the two Lolas. If you ever watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, you would have noticed Lola, or L0-LA59, which is Leia Organa's little pet droid. And before I got them, I read some stuff about these droids online. And there's two versions of this droid. There is the little toy version. I say toy because this is the cheapest one. It runs around like $25–$30. And then you have the bigger animatronic one, which can retail as much as like $80–$90. Ooh. And you can see right here what I mean. So, yes, Lola. Hello, yeah, very nice. So this one is animatronic, and it can talk, and do things. You just say, hello, Lola. And as you can see, this one is a lot more animated than this one. So whether or not this novelty animated thing is worth it, I don't know. I much prefer this more realistic size, but this one does not have any animatronic features. You can lift up the flaps and pose it, and you can touch the little button here, and it talks, and the little light blinks on, and it is like semi-animated. Yes. Hello, Lola. All right, I'm gonna put you back down. So it's nice. You can pose it kind of on its own, tilt it, and whatever, and it's pretty nice. The details on this is not bad. It's with the little paint job, a little weathering, if you wanted to do that, it can look really nice. The underside is very plasticky, but I think that also could be an easy paint job, and a little weathering and a little detailing could make this look very nice. On the bigger one, the overall appearance of the top is pretty much exactly the same, just bigger and an incorrect size. On the bottom side, it's past this metallic paint, which the show also had, but that's an easy to recreate on this guy. The other problem with this one, on top of it being way too big, is that it needs this to stand. So if you try to stand it by itself, it's just gonna topple over, which is a strange design. And the feet are not bendable. I mean, maybe it'd be too much to do that, to make them sturdy and bendable. But the fact that it can't stand on its own without this guy, that's a kind of a deal breaker on top of the size. So if you gingerly place it, and it might stand on its own. So if you want, really, now it just stands on its own. Yeah, I would not trust it to stand on its own. Of course, when I say it, it does it. All right, disregard everything I just said. It kind of just stands on its own, although wobbly. So if you want a piece just for your collection, just for fun, something you can weather up and make it look as screen accurate as possible, I would actually get this toy version, this cheaper one, because size-wise it's more authentic, more realistic, more screen accurate versus this guy. And the details are very similar. The big thing is the antenna, which is just solid piece here, but looks very plastic in its design over here. So maybe, oh, there you fell again. Maybe you can replace it with a nicer looking antenna. I don't know what they had in the movie, but I have to take a look and see. The bang for the buck and most realistic screen accurate one, I would go with this little toy version, which can also just stand on its own. It doesn't need this big base. The feet look very different. They look much bigger on this one, which makes sense for standing. And if you want to see a breakdown of how this toy actually works, Adam and Norm did a really good breakdown video over on Tested, so check that out if you haven't already seen it, and you can see how simple the design of this one was, but how smart it was, the way that this thing is designed to have all these different features in a very compact package. When Carrie Fisher was a little girl, she had a pet bird called Lola. So Lola is probably a very likely homage to Carrie Fisher's pet bird as a child, which is a nice little tribute. And we have to mention, of course, that this is very similar to Batteries Not Included. Whether it's a ripoff or an homage to that, I don't know, but they do look a little similar. It's a movie that I wasn't aware of until Obi-Wan came out, so recently watched it, and yeah, let me know if you love that movie. Good night, Lola. All right, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments, did you pick one of these guys up, and which one did you get? And I will see you guys in the comments. And don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring the little bell, and help the algorithm get this channel out there. After all, this is a universe and we want it to expand into infinity.